Hey guys, TechOurWay, and what we are doing today is building a PC for $1,200 on online retailers. This video is posted as of April of 2013, and keep in mind guys, this is your money, so you can end up changing all of the parts if you want to. Deciding if you want to go AMD or Intel, Nvidia or AMD, it's up to you, and just keep in mind that prices are always changing. And we hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. Alright guys, let's get into the heart of our build. The heart of our build is going to be an Intel Core i5-3570K. This is a quad core CPU, meaning it has 4 physical cores, which is just amazing for gaming. Even games today don't even use more than 4 cores, which you might have heard over other viewers and uploaders on YouTube. It is unlocked, meaning you can hopefully overclock it if you know what you're doing. It is overclockable easily up to 4.5 GHz as long as you have the proper cooling. It is LGA 1155 and it's just gonna suit us perfectly, costing us only $220. Alright guys, for the processor's cooling, we will be using a Cooler Master V6 GT CPU cooler. This is a nice 6 heat piped cooler with a copper base. It's only costing us $60, and it could be cooled with 2 120mm fans, which you can change in your array, meaning if you want push pull or just want push or just want pull, you can arrange it in that way. It's only going to cost you $60, and it's going to do a great job when you're running your CPU on stock or overclocked frequencies. Alright guys, next up we have the motherboard. The motherboard we will be using is the ASROCK Extreme 3. This motherboard comes loaded. It features Intel Z77 chipset, support for AMD Crossfire, Nvidia SLI, and 32GB of RAM. It also comes preloaded with PCI Express 3.0, SATA 3, 6GB per second, and only costing you $110. For RAM, we will be using Corsair Vengeance DDR3 memory. This is DDR3 memory clocked at 1600 MHz, which seems to be the sweet spot for Ivy Bridge systems. This is 8 GB of memory. It also has Corsair's nice quality of memory along with nice heat spreaders to dissipate the heat. This all in the end is going to cost you $65. Alright guys, next up we have the GPU. The GPU we have chosen is the MSI GTX 660 Ti Power Edition. This GPU features 2GB of GDDR5 memory. It comes with a boost clock of 1097 MHz and a base clock of 1019 MHz. It is SLI ready, and it is more than enough to play any of your games at 1080p, ultra, or even maxed out settings, and it's only going to cost you around $300. Alright guys, next up we have the GPU on the AMD side. For the AMD side, you can decide on picking up a Sapphire Radeon HD 7950. This costs almost the same exact as the GTX 660 Ti, and it's totally going to demolish the 660 Ti. But the 660 Ti is also greater for editing and rendering videos because of CUDA cores. But if you just want to strictly game, the 7950 will do you just fine. The 7950 comes with 3GB of GDDR5 memory, which is going to be perfect to drive multi-monitors. It's Crossfire ready. It comes with a base clock of 850 MHz and a boost clock of 925 MHz. It has dual fan cooling, which is going to keep it cool even if you decide to overclock. And the same thing is, it's going to cost you $300 just as the 660 Ti. Alright guys, if you guys want a proper SSD, you might want to think of picking up a Kingston HyperX 3K. It is 120GB SSD. It is fast and is very reliable, and it's going to be perfect for launching your programs such as Adobe, or even launching your operating systems such as Windows, or if you decide to build a Hackintosh. This is going to be very efficient because it comes with 555 megabytes per second read speeds and 510 megabytes per second write speeds. It is SATA 3 and only gonna cost you $120. Alright guys, for mass storage we have chosen to go with the Western Digital Caviar Black. This drive is 7200 RPM along with 64 megabytes of cache and is 1 terabyte of space. It is high performance. It's only going to cost you $95, and plus you'll get all that high quality that Western Digital has to offer. Alright guys, you might be thinking I might have overkilled the power supply with an 850 watt power supply from XFX, but don't worry, I'm pretty sure you're going to be overvolting your CPU and overclocking your GPUs, meaning you're going to be using this power much more faster than usual. It is 80 plus bronze, meaning it's very efficient, SLI ready, crossfire ready. It is semi-modular and comes with a single 12 volt rail, which is more than enough to supply all the power. It's only going to cost you $120. Alright guys, next up we have something completely optional. No one is starting to use DVD drives anymore, but if you still do, you can pick one of these up. It is Asus DVD writer and rewriter. It is just a cheap, reliable DVD drive. It is very optional, but if you have Windows 7 or any OS on a CD, you can use this to install it onto your SSD. But if you don't want it, you can totally skip it. It's unneeded nowadays, but you can take it if you want. Alright guys, next up we have the Cooler Master CM Storm Scout 2. This is a mid-tower case. It also is able to have a removable drive cage, supports 7 120mm fans. It has a solid carrying handle and is made out of steel, plastic, and mesh. It's only going to cost you $100, and personally, I love this case. It is very nice and sleek looking, comes with a nice side panel window, and it's gonna cool your components very nicely. Alright guys, next up, the total of this entire system. The total is only gonna be $1,145 for all the components, like the processor, motherboard, SSD, basically everything. And this entire system is gonna be able to run all your games on maxed out settings without any problems. Alright guys, that's basically it. I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and if you sat through all of it, I really appreciate it. Guys, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, because it's gonna help our channel get out, and if our channel gets out, more people will see these videos, and hopefully I will be able to do more in the future. And remember guys, it's totally optional if you want to use these parts. Remember, it's your money. You can change any of the components, and all in all, this is going to be a totally beast machine out of the box when you build it. Thanks for watching guys. Later.